Still on Chairman Wontumi, there's a breaking news here, but Wontumi appeal the 20-year jail term na the lawyer AOD case do final part no jano Andy Appiah Kubi akaswase ne wora hopapa why disappointed papa, but something interesting happened in come catch us a bra judge and ready the ruling nobody conclusion and Brandt be sorry as a friend of the court. Your friend Bernard Oredu or your wine and your advocacy man won't be 6 minutes after court no kasai. The entire advocacy no for Wontumi. There are some questions I mean who say in the comments and a lot of people are confusing the issues. Wontumi was not charged with illegal mining. That was not the charge. And Brano wa emfamrani niduma. They communicate clearly. Yes, I mean this case is also different from Tano Mrim Galamsey case, and we see a different. And we begin in September 2022. Make sure difference in India. I don't know occupy Ghana. Make us 20 years different. Two different matters. Now, I mean, who's a first video my fan to so some people are doing a lot of misinformation under the videos. I'll try and upload all the pictures in this video. So we take it step by step. Now, 6 count, and I made a mistake. 6 count in for Wontumi. Any pattern near charge a brand in our Ghana. Wontumi and a contaminant. No be any 2 count. Wontumi the end count 1 and count 4. And Wontumi was convicted on count 1 and count 4. A contaminant was also convicted on count 2 and count 3. And see, a contaminant was convicted on all counts. Wontumi was convicted on all counts. In count 4 out of 6, and a branch any 2 need the end were done. Until he has never been in court, he has never opened his defense and the side. So on all the 2 counts, Wontumi was convicted. What were the counts specifically? You be treated Wontumi count and quite separate. Guerrero Bernard Oredu or your man history kakra. It's very something interesting that happened in court. You run the Appiah Kubi. Those are the voice here check it. Me 2 minutes be me bam wait here. Be show so be subscribe your mama subscribe and click the notification. Me the video be to be no wait much. Bawumia, you have a comment. Feel free leave that comment in the comment section. We are show so be Goldberry construction with other episodes from assassin crata some of the documentations related to your house in the Goldberry. E be the man my flat victim. Me show so be call on renovation. Some be here come bring poma so addiction related to tongue related episode shop upon my mark or pombo shop maybe be a kama diama. Now this is why Wontumi was convicted. Let's read it so that we all get and people stop this misinformation. I always want us to do the things with clarity because it helps the education. Or say count 1 assignment of mining rights without approval contrary to section 14(1) and 99(2)(b) of the Minerals and Mining Act as amended by section 3 of the Minerals and Mining Act 2019. Now count 4 purposely facilitating an unlicensed mining company contrary to section 99(2)(b) of the Minerals and Mining Act. So Wontumi was not charged to galamsey. Wontumi was charged say na sasi illegal aband dia man o mo bia ba yeso adwuma one more minister mane. That is the 14(1). 99(2)(b) no so say facilitation say no kind purposely facilitating say company no koye sa de no nimpa so ni nkrata unimpanso koye illegal mine and wamano. So he was not charged directly with illegal mine. He was charged say ade na wahwema wa man for the wasase ayes ade no. Pacho what you say so that's the guy. I just want us to quote it so that we have the clarity that now unto kind charge go say to without a license granted by the minister undertakes a mining operation within the mining concession which was granted to the said Akontam Mining Company Limited. So those are the charges. Now 20 years and me catch us most of these people that na konye people that do akojo. The reason why people are saying that and they say 2006 and some me can remember a 3 years pe. A 3 years pe. Dan 2019 NMPP by Sachra Mranim Airport 25 years and none of that's on Makanya man we konya me ya. In the MPP ne be Sachra Mranim do call 25 years. In the judge no 20 years na the way we say what but mrem 15 to 25 years. And a judge na man 20 years. Nentia a branch no call court. Or sorry jina wakasa or MPP ni wanya pekras and go contest akwetiada wakut Metro TV say yini ade. I tried to read it, but he meant why he decided to speak in court, and the judge allowed him as a friend of the court, in it.
We are on that because yes, I do appreciate that. Yes, there are situations where the veil of incorporation could be lifted and directors could be held responsible. It is not in all situations that those things are applicable. So I'm sure it's an area his lawyers would have to look at and see if it will open up some areas of appeal for him. But I'm a bit worried and a bit sad.
20 years for an offense that the minimum is 15, maximum 25. The judge, I think, might have listened to your plea, don't you believe?
Probably she did, probably she did not. Because I was of the view that the minimum sentence was okay. Because I made a point that getting Wontumi out of the picture, that is incarcerating him, may affect a lot of things, especially his businesses, the number of people he employs and all that. So that was the appeal I was making to the court, that yes, the court has come to the conclusion and convicted Mr. Wontumi for all the offenses. But in terms of the sentences, I mean, the court ought to consider his significance in society, especially the chain of businesses he owns. And I also made the point that currently we are struggling with a lot of youth employment. And if the court itself has established that Mr. Wontumi is the directing minds of all his businesses, it means it's very crucial to his businesses. So getting him away from his businesses in giving him such long sentence may negatively impact on the businesses and the young people who get jobs through his businesses and all that. They'll come onto the streets as unemployed, adding to the huge numbers who are already on the streets with no employment. So that was the appeal I made to the court, that the court should consider this particular circumstance of Mr. Wontumi and probably give him the barest minimum of sentence. That was what I did. I don't
of the argument that it should be as a deterrent sentence to persons, especially the fight against illegal
considering
mining.
the way
you see, I am not in any way encouraging anybody to go into illegal mining. And for me, the point I was making is that yes, Mr. Wontumi may have committed the offense, but it was the bigger picture I was looking at, because he was going to be sentenced anyway. So my mitigation was to reduce the sentence. That's all. It's not to put in a defense for whatever he might have done or not. Exactly.
What is your relationship with Wontumi?
I thought he would have been given the barest minimum.
What is your relationship?
I don't know him
with
from anywhere.
Wontumi?
Probably we just share a name. I'm Bernard. He's Bernard. I have no relationship with Mr. Wontumi. Maybe because he's my namesake. But I only felt that as a lawyer, these things happen. It's not because it's Mr. Wontumi. There are times when you are in court and you feel like you need to probably intervene as a friend of the court. It is something we do out of ordinary practice. It is not because it was Mr. Wontumi. We have done this several times where we believe that we need to add our voice in mitigation. Remember, it is not against the conviction. It was just to intervene with the number of years he was going to be given. So it was against the sentencing that we were trying to mitigate, that the court should give him the barest minimum. It was not against his conviction. So it is not as if I did that to probably encourage illegal mining. No. It was just for the court to understand that Mr. Wontumi is just not like you and myself. He owns a lot of businesses. So the court, I don't know if she considered that. But, well, I'm sure his lawyers would advise him accordingly.
So that's
allow me to go.
Please. Yes. Now, lawyer and the Appiah Kubi light here doom. And so the crash was one thing. The voice here checked by me. You made 2 minutes. Was so disappointed, TV.
By this court, I am so disappointed, right? Because this judgment is premised on 2 charges. One of them is assignment of a mineral right without authorization from the minister responsible. Number 2, facilitating the mining or supporting or providing support services to a miner. And in both cases, I think that the evidence on record could not support the charge. In this case, my position in criminal law, I do not hold brief for anybody who will flout the law. And in the case that somebody has committed an offense and there is evidence to support it, I will not in any way obstruct the process.
Right.
As long as the criminal process is.
Counsel, on the subject matter of... Yes, can you hear me, please?
I told that the due process is followed.
Right.
Again, I am of the opinion that before you can convict, you need to rely on cogent evidence. And in this particular case, not about to be for my to
Council Appiah Kubi, we are struggling to hear you a bit. If you could kindly reposition for us so that your submissions can come through. But you've raised two very important points that you believe, amongst many other things, that the two charges upon which Mr. Wontumi was convicted, you disagree with. I know very well that in the course of this trial, you raised a submission of no case, simply to argue that the prosecution had not advanced enough evidence to warrant you opening a defense, and that there was nothing had been proven beyond reasonable doubts that Mr. Wontumi had committed the offenses he's been accused of. The judge disagreed with you. And so if you say there was no basis upon which a conclusion was drawn to arrive at this decision, some will look at the court's processes and say, you were there, the court pointed you to why they believed there was a case for you to answer, and you proceeded to open your defense.
Yes, indeed, I did not agree with that decision.
Yes. And after some posted first video, my friend, a lawyer, to educate my answer, or say yes, the matter can go all the way to the Supreme Court. Wontumi can appeal. Now, Wontumi appeal, and never two nebet me see. Wontumi can get a bail on medical grounds. Say be a rebinti, Yama Wontumi kofi, no my example, atu ACN issue. No, atu ACN or the overfeel any ATN case, you know. And Wontumi can come up once the appeal, no, so appealia is being heard. Or appealia near sentence as well. The justice of the Supreme Court or the appeals court, the Court of Appeal, cannot go below 15 years. They cannot go above 25 years. It's because a minimum sanity 1992B, you know. So Wontumi can get a reduced sentence to at most 15 years, can get an extended sentence to not more than 25 years. But Wontumi's appeal, you know, the lawyers can say that they better appeal. But Yamani will feel into appeal. And appeal can take 1 to 2 years. So you can be home while the appeal is being heard. And he gave the example of a twist and in the banking sector issue. You know. But the trick is also that the judge will look at other evidences. For example, health and medical report to be a whole. 2, ebi a Wontumi abusuya, oni ho ebi abusuya ni bejija. Also, there are a lot of facts that the Court of Appeal can look on. But the brief on say when Nkofobia dinkomo say Wontumi is likely to Zoe Chian Co and Kasai as a time I make video 1:22 p.m. Attach answer nye any interview and Appiah Kubi then because say mugu because it's not a lawyer for Yura Wontumi. So as we speak, this is the corrections I wanted to make, and that is and this is that. But if someone wants to infer that, and my lawyer said that Wontumi was charged for illegal mining, okay, but his point and education are using there being illegal mining. It's just that he is signing mining rights. Are there any sort of minister and they say, and there's also both ministers and mechanics. So I can find global, Royal Global, can I put be Juma was what, and so makes you sleep no be Jumano. The deal are buying cratem while licensing a Jumano. Only issue be and none of Wontumi anye into Mr. Education now. My lawyer, they mammy, I'm so the mamma, and I won't make me appeal. Me can go all the way to the Supreme Court. But best start to appeals court or appeal a court with Manako fee. Na yeti asam. We ensure on make my say one name ni yeti asam. So or appeal no is successful. A bet me could below 20 years, and all the way to 15 years, and go below because 1992B is a 15 to 25 years. So court on cry and say, oh, high court no crama no. Why you want to me adam? Because some man 25 years on so. And answer more years, and also wait me 25 years, 26, 27 because of the threshold. No? That is the education I wanted to make. And sorry, sir, man, post the pictures. And I think say your prayer. So we apologize for that. I'll try and post all the documents. Then the judgment is not out. If the judgment is out and I get a copy, I mean, you know me, I'll certainly come and break it down all for you. And no. On the matter, there's other information I'm picking up, but I don't have confirmation yet. And I'll certainly, when I'm confirming, some of them I'm checking on a couple for them. So the problem in this uncle. Let's just show see them. Me here, Ghana, see here. Bye bye.